Hey guys, so it's here bringing you another video. Now, welcome back to Challenger Spectate Korea Edition. So today we are watching Twisted Fate. I don't think we're watching specifically a pro player. We're watching a Twisted Fate player, but there are pros scattered around. There's Genji Ruler, Genji, the top lane Camille. Let's actually move the Ashe, because there has been some lane swaps. I'm guessing that's what's happening. Lulu top, weirdly. But yeah, we're watching a Twisted Fate. So the reason being is obviously with Challenge Spectate and High Rating Spectate and all that stuff, we've been kind of focusing on champions I'm scared of. That's been a bit of a theme recently. And also now we've been kind of watching Korea. Well, I thought let's combine the two with a champion I'm scared of when it's locked on the enemy team. And we're on Korea again. Twisted Fate. So Twisted Fate is, in theory, a very basic champion, but he is one of the hardest champions in League to actually play. To actively pull off well and be effective, he's insanely hard to do. But the thing is, when there is a good Twisted Fate player, when they know what they're doing, he is also one of the scariest champions to me personally. Because we've always said, how do you climb? How do you carry? How do you do well in solo queue? Pressure. Lane pressure, map pressure, whatever you want to say. Twisted Fate, that's what his champion's all about. It's all about pressure. You know, even if he's in mid lane, the moment he goes missing after level 6, the whole enemy team has to be thinking, Twisted Fate's missing, he could ult. That's the point. He gives pressure just by being picked as a champion. But yeah, and obviously there are many builds for Twisted Fate. There, has even been an AD Twisted Fate build, which results did vary, I think, very, wildly for people. But it obviously had good... I knew it did well if someone was very, very, very good with it. But it just, again, it was... The AD Twisted Fate, I think, was even harder to pull off than even AP. Because at least AP, you throw your Q in mid to late game and it's doing decent damage. Where the AD build was all about auto-attacking. And obviously auto-attacking, is riskier than just throwing out a spell. So interesting picks, by the way. There is a Twitch AD carry on the enemy team. There's Volibear Jungle, who is still, he's still a good pick. He has been, I'd say, part of the classic thing that Riot's been doing recently. Release something a little bit too strong, Volibear rework. Oh, sorry, releasing something a bit too weak or strong, and then Riot overreacting. I think they have learned from that, and they are learning with it, because they didn't do crazy much with Lilia, I don't think. The champion release, a lot of people, including myself, are like, this champion sucks, and it's really weak. It took a little while, but then people kind of noticed, oh no, this is how you play it, and this is now really strong. I will have to do, by the way, a Lilia episode just to show you guys the strength of the champion, because there are people that still think she's very weak. She's actually pretty strong. And I know I've always said, don't always compare pro and solo queue play, but she's a very, very crazy contested pick in pro play right now. And all I would say is pros don't play weak champions, Anyway, Twisted Fate and Ori. I'd say a slight advantage matchup to an Orianna in the actual 1v1. Orianna getting a little bit caught out by the stun. Twisted Fate misses his Q, though, and he pops Ghost. Pops Ghost to go down to bot lane. Don't know if he actually popped Ghost to go to bot lane or was popping it to fight the Orianna, but nonetheless, he's popped it. He had his gold card ready for the Volibear if he continued the fight, but nothing will happen. Again, we've spoken many times the aggression level. Look at this. This is Ashe, right? She's level 3 behind the enemy tower. Now, I will say one thing. People have pointed out sometimes these replays go out of sync in audio. The reason why that happens, if you just heard, I had this on pause, the bass sound still went off. So that's the problem. But hopefully, it should be okay now. But yeah, that's something I have to keep on top of. Ashe will get first blood. Ashe might even get second blood here. Volibear didn't flash away. Wow, that was very greedy that he didn't flash. And Twitch gets a kill. And Twisted Fate, I don't think he got one assist in that, but obviously nice roam, looking to help. And we've said that already with the few Korean episodes we've done already. It does seem that more people are willing to run and roam early. That, like, this was, if the Orianna stayed in mid lane right now, she would be 2-3 waves of minions up. She's not. So that's actually really bad by Orianna that she didn't stay to kind of actually use that advantage of Twisted Fate's bot. I'll push in mid and get all that farm. So that's one thing to say. And also, Twisted Fate, first item, interestingly enough, Boots of Lucidity. Obviously, a natural item for Twisted Fate. He needs to have his cards on cooldown. His whole kit is his W, practically. So yeah, very common item for Twisted Fate. And obviously his wave clear is built with his Q. Especially against an Orianna who has decent wave clear herself. To keep Twisted Fate up in wave clear, he needs to be able to push in the wave. And, you know, not just that, in just casual lane phase, Twisted Fate needs incredible pushing power to be allowed to go roam without getting punished too much. So generally, when you'll see a Twisted Fate want to go use his teleport, he'll throw up, he'll use his Q, he'll use his W, he'll throw all of his damage on the mini wave, he'll push it really fast, and then he'll go look to roam. Gets yanked, does the Twisted Fate by the enemy bot lane. That's a bit crazy. Again, like we said, in Korea, there is more willingness to just run around anywhere, no matter who you are. We've seen episodes at the support level 1 is in the enemy jungle in top lane. We've seen Twisted Fate and people roaming from mid lane at level 3. We've seen the enemy bot lane now gank mid at level 3. It's crazy. So already, this is maybe the 4th episode of doing Korea Spectate. Is there a difference between the servers? Yes. I can't say there's a skill difference. You know, there is a play style difference. And maybe that is a skill difference. I don't know. But the player skill looks to be around the same from my eyes. Again, maybe you guys can see that the Koreans are more skillful. I don't know. But the play style is different. The aggression level is more aggressive. The play style is different. It's the willingness to sacrifice something for the greater good. They do that all the time. I think a lot more Western servers, NA, EU, etc., are a lot more greedy on their own strength. A mid laner would never roam level 2, level 3, you know, because that would sacrifice their lane quite a lot. Where in Korea, you see it all the time. So that's what I'd say is, yeah, there's not particularly... And you can see the Orianna thinking about chasing the Twisted Fate. They know this ult's coming. Can you stop it? No. Twisted Fate diving under tower does get killed. Sloppy a little bit. But he does get one kill. Orianna, very sloppy play by Ori. She is dead. Straight up dead. Not looking where she was basing. Does go down. You don't see that often. And Lulu, by the way, Lulu top's a bit of a weird pick to me. She will die to the Camille, which, if I'm honest, doesn't surprise me. I imagine a Camille was going to have probably quite a bit of fun with a Lulu. You know, Camille, especially with 6, can lock a Lulu in, and Lulu's just going to be taking free damage. So, yeah, I'm not convinced Lulu... You know, obviously, Lulu has played in lanes before, but... bot lane not going too great. Well, actually, it's been going okay. Ashe farm's good, but Twitch... Oh, Ghost actually happening. Could this be a double kill? With one gold card. Again, Twisted Fate damage not the highest in the early game. We'll get one. With then the continued Ghost, obviously the buff that happened a while back. When you get a kill, when you have Ghost, it extends the duration. That helped him right there. And that is potentially why he's taking it. And if I didn't mention earlier, which I don't think I did, this Twisted Fate is taking Electrocute. So, has that Electrocute. Is, by the way, 20 farm down on the Orianna, but shouldn't be too surprised because that is, in essence, Twisted Fate's playstyle. Graves now potentially in trouble, getting sandwiched by an Orianna and Volibear. Twisted Fate on his way, though, with a Karma, and again, reminding people, that's the support. Volibear really low health. Will they manage to get him? He's stuck in the pit. Twisted Fate gets him. Twisted Fate gets Lulu ulted. Now on the aggression on the Orianna, with one more card, does get the kill, goes down just before he gets the kill. And then Camille might look to be aggressive because in essence it's 2 supports that she's against. With then the Rakan back up. Nice knock up. Will then they go aggressive onto the Karma? Most likely. And she will get that kill. Rampage Camille, and that will probably be that. But as I mentioned, we already have, yeah, both supports at 8 minutes fighting around this area. That's the norm on this server. It really is. Camille might go aggressive now, potentially. Does miss the E. Mistake by the Camille. Does get eventually called out by the Graves and Lulu combo, and Rakan himself will go down to over aggression also exists. So Twisted Fate has now, by the way, completed his Rod of Ages. So he is going the kind of scaling build. So if I had to guess, and again, I haven't looked up his build, it would most likely be what? Rod of Ages, Lich Bane, Rapid Fire Cannon. So again, this is a good lesson if he does go Rapid Fire, which I presume he will. Some items, the actives on them, or sorry, the passive of the item is too good to miss up on some champions. So some people who are newer to the game will look at a Twisted Fate building a Rapid Fire Cannon, the attack speed crit item, and go, he's trolling. No. So the RFC, its passive is extends auto attack range for 1 auto attack every now and then. Well, that counts to Twisted Fate's card. His W hits an auto attack. Well, then with RFC, you just have a really long stun. It's a really great synergy that, yeah, you're not buying it. Well, the attack speed's okay. Obviously, you're not really buying it for the crit. You're buying it, though, for the extended attack range. For that one ability every now and then. Or, sorry, the one attack every now and then, which he'll naturally use for, most likely, his stun. So, yeah, worth knowing. Right, so wave clear happening is Twisted Fate is maxing Q, which is standard because he needs that wave clear. And that's the funny thing to say. We said earlier, Twisted Fate's kit is practically his W, but yes, he does not max his W. He maxes Q because of the wave clear that is required for him to, you know, be allowed to go and roam. Twisted Fate going to just go over, I was going to say help the dragon, but it's already done. He just goes over and takes the Scuttle Crab, gets himself a little bit nicey health, and we will return to mid. Still a rough 20, by the way, gold farm lead to the Orianna, and that's just going to be extended. You can see Twisted Fate's walking below the lane, and in that he misses 2 farm to tower. So that's where Orianna's going to gain this advantage, in farm at least, is when Twisted Fate is looking to go make a play. And especially when he does go make a play, that is where Orianna either needs to go like farm like crazy and do tower plates to capitalize on Twisted Fate not being there, or she needs to counter the roam and go and help. Twisted Fate ganking top lane, gold card locked in. Camille dodges it with her ultimate, nice use. Camille's still on the back foot. Twisted Fate uses Ghost. Lulu's going to use her shield on the Twisted Fate. Do they have enough damage? They should have in the end, and yes, they indeed do. Lovely gank by the Twisted Fate. Camille probably should have noticed that Twisted Fate was missing just even for a couple seconds, and with her being as overextended as she was, it was the natural target to go to. But as you can see in mid lane, if you look at the minimap, Orianna is very close to the enemy tower. She is rapidly trying to push this in, and that is what she should be looking to do. Volibear, Vitesse on the back foot, Graves going aggressive. High damage does the Graves 2-level advantage on the junglers right now. We did, by the way, say the enemy bot lane around this area, so I would predict that they're around, and they are. Camille goes down. Ashe gets an arrow directly on the Rakan, but because it was a short duration, short range, the stun duration is basically nothing, and he will get out safely. So it does look like, by the way, Lichbane is the next item that Twisted Fate is building. But yeah, we'll also say if you are enjoying these episodes, please do throw a like on the video. It does mean a lot. It literally takes you a second to do. And yeah, let me know in the comments what champions or what players you want me to watch in this Korean edition that we're doing at the moment of Challenger Spectates. We'll also mention it's not the end of still doing EU West ones, just we've never done Korean stuff before, and I do find it interesting. The playstyle is, inherently different. But I will say, on another unfortunate thing, with Worlds coming up, well, Worlds is usually a really cool time to spectate, whether they're on, a server that you can watch and get replays of, and you'll have like pros from different regions play each other in solo queue. Unfortunately, because Worlds is in China this year and actually next year, you cannot get nice kill on the Twitch hour position. You can't get replays from China. They are technically double kill for Twisted Fate. They're technically on a different system. It's not run by Riot, so you cannot get replays for China, I believe. Maybe I'm wrong, but I don't think so. Not through the ways that I get replays anyway. So, yeah, before people ask, can I watch all the world stuff in China for solo queue? I don't think so, no. So, Twisted Fate, by the way, 8-2-1. And this is where, does he really care that he's a bit down on farm? No. If we look at the gold, Twisted Fate currently on 7,000 gold, Orianna on 5,400, 5,500. So Twisted Fate does have a 1.5k lead at this point. So no, he doesn't really care that he's a bit down on farm. I think he'll be okay. And the weird thing to me is you can see now Twisted Fate going to, not now roaming. Orianna's now the one that's roaming. And Twisted Fate's going to do a lot of tower damage, more than the Orianna's done, when Twisted Fate has hardly been in mid. Graves on the back foot is going to go down. Will Orianna get it? No, Rakan gets it. That's pretty bad. Teleport Lulu is going to try. Get to safety, and she does. So in all that, Orianna roams for 1 assist. And the enemy team did all of that. And what they're missing, well, Ashe has got free farm and now attacking a tier 2. Twisted Fate also nearly attacks and finishes off the tier 1. So was that roam for Orianna worth it? Arguably not, because all it came out was a Rakan kill. Not the best. Twisted Fate probably going to go back. And I will say, I've got a very dry throat at the moment. So excuse, I'm going to have a drink. With my big bottle. And apparently I spilled it everywhere. Oh, Jesus. Right, sorry. Oh my god, am I good. Lichbane complete by Twisted Fate. And as you can see there, ladies and gentlemen, a dagger has been purchased. And the reason the dagger's been purchased, meanwhile teleport coming in onto the Twisted Fate, Ghost being procced again. See how effective, by the way, this Ghost, questionable flash. See how effective this Ghost is, by the way, for Twisted Fate. Another double kill. There's like no chance that they can get away from him when he procs Ghost, so they don't really try. But yeah, am I good? He's got that little dagger. That's a rapid fire cannon, 100%. So he is 2 items into his build, ahead of anybody in the game. Camille does complete her Ravenous Hydra, which is good, obviously. Nice little power spike. Orianna does go down to the Lulu. But yeah, Twisted Fate now probably going to go into a bit of split push mode. So he's quite effective in split pushing his Twisted Fate. And that's actually what the AD build was for. The AD build was for split pushing because you had good, effective split push with then faster tower killing capabilities with his AD and attack speed. But he's still good at split pushing in AP with the wave clear. He does decent auto attack damage anyway. And the enemy AD carries both go down. Sorry, both AD carries go down. And he's just going to keep splitting. Dragon goes down. Graves gets it. That makes it a... what did it say? Ocean map, I think. And one thing you actually can also see is Twisted Fate is starting to catch up in farm a little bit with the Orianna. And that's just because of pressure. The Twisted Fate is dying less. He's being in side lanes for free. Double kill for Graves in mid lane. And yeah, Orianna has got more to deal with of like trying to stop the game, where Twisted Fate is very free to do anything he wants. 1v1 potentially breaking out. I'm not convinced this is a good idea for Orianna, if I'm honest. Let's see how it goes. You can see her damage is not bad, but Twisted Fate is... Whoa, nearly fed enough to get the kill instantly. Ah, there's the Twitch. So I was wondering, was that an actual 1v1? And in reality, no. But you can see, pretty close. Twisted Fate, obviously not known for his actual 1v1 duels. You know, Orianna, again, not really a 1v1 duelist champion, but more so than a Twisted Fate, you could say, in actual raw damage output. Where Twisted Fate is more known for picks, more known for roams, ganks, that type of thing, and a little bit of split push. And he has also now, by the way, completed his RFC. So making him have 3 items this game completed, not including boots. Camille on the back foot to the Ashe. Ashe being weirdly aggressive to a Camille, if I'm honest. Kind of funny to see. Karma is in the area, but if Camille went to full engage on that, you never know. The Ashe could be in trouble. Twisted Fate ulting, just having a sense of where people are. And he's just going to go straight down to mid to just hyper push it up to make the enemy team have to answer that instead of potentially planning a gank on one of his teammates. Alright, so in the jungle they go, looking potentially for this pick on the Camille. She does get away with her E. He does, remember, everybody have that increased range of RFC now every now and then. So when you see a long range stun, that is why. And now really you'll probably start to see mass grouping. Again, they have a Lulu who has just built legitimately support items. She has an Athene's and an Ardent Sensor. Arrow coming through. Don't think it... Oh, it did hit the Twitch, I think, on the minimap we noticed. Twisted Fate, by the way, has used his Ghost. Is now running quite fast to try and get to anybody. Has that stun card locked. Isn't going to land it on anybody. But yeah, you're just going to see mass grouping with a Lulu support from top lane. So you have a Karma and Lulu. You are kind of missing a tanky thing, you know, like a bruiser or a juggernaut from top lane. But when you're having that many shields, honestly, that makes everybody tanky anyway. And it's kind of annoying, but that's just the way that sometimes it goes. Alright, so Twisted Fate, long stun, gets the Orianna below half health. And that's kind of what it's all for. They are going to back out, though, now. And looking maybe for Rift Herald before, obviously, it despawns in for Baron in just over a minute. Twisted Fate might go look over for the blue, maybe? I don't think he's had a blue buff yet this game. Again, he doesn't... Well, he likes them, but you don't have to give them the blue. If a Twisted Fate is just really good at controlling his mana with blue card, which obviously gives him mana back, he doesn't technically need to have them. But obviously, he would want them. And it doesn't look like... Or maybe he is getting it. Let's see. Graves was farming it, and he's held it at low health for the Twisted Fate to finish it off, so that is nice. Right, Twisted Fate going to do, what, a bit more farming in mid. Gold-wise has got nearly, what would it be, Death Cap next. So probably wants to get 1250 gold to get that large rod in his next base. Let's see if he goes back and gets a large rod. And again, I promise you I haven't looked up item build, but this is just more or less the standard Twisted Fate item build nowadays. And again, there it is. Twisted Fate has done a lot of the item builds throughout the years. But yeah, this one seems to be the most consistent. Gives you good late game damage, gives you good utility with a stun. So yeah, not the hardest champion to predict, to be honest, with item build. Right, so returning to the game. Again, even up in farm to the Orianna. She used to have that 20 farm advantage, but then that has been completely closed. Twisted Fate looking for that Camille, who is out of position, as you could say. He's holding his gold card. Most likely holding his gold card, waiting for that Camille ult so she can dodge the gold card, because obviously Camille becomes untargetable when she's in the middle of the air, and that would dodge gold cards and stuff like that if she times it well, like she did earlier in the game. And now with the Rift Herald, they are looking to break into the base. Rakan going for full engage. Ashe does a nice job, actually. Really good job. Twisted Fate return damage is high. Double kill for Twisted Fate. Volibear tries to get away. Not going to happen. But yeah, that's probably the game. And what I will say there is really, really, really nice Ashe play. The Rakan engage was actually fantastic. But what happened was the Ashe full engaged on the Twitch with her arrow and just stopped the Twitch going nuts with his ultimate. So that was really good. That fight could have gone bad with an Orianna ultimate and everything. She didn't get the Orianna ultimate off. So that could have gone bad. But really nice Ashe play. Good damage by Twisted Fate. Getting his Q off, I think, before he even got knocked up by Rakan. Finishing off the Twisted Fate. And will, you know, just end the game. Boom. But that is going to be it. That is Twisted Fate. Very scary champion if played correctly. But let me know what you guys think. Do throw a like on the video. Throw a comment what champions and players you want me to watch. And I'll see you guys next time. Peace.